FlexiWorld Technologies is suing Indeed for patent infringement related to data mining technologies used in Indeed's products like Indeed Ads and Resume Project.
If you go to FlexiWorld, man, all they have on their site is patents. The button up top, you go to hours and it says watch the AI sessions or something like that. Theirs is check out our patents.
Yes, this from what I can tell is a one-man show. This is not a company. It's, from what I can tell, one dude in Asia. His name's William Chang. He creates patents.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Two guys who can check in whenever they like, but they can never leave. Hey, boys and girls. It's the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel Vote Early Cheeseman.
And this is Chad Boom 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 Sowash.
And on this episode, Indeed gets served. Snoop says no to $100 million.
Ooh.
And who'd you rather? Let's do this.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
Nolans. So have you had enough Nolans? Have you had enough Cajun food? That's probably a big no, right?
Oh, I could never have enough Cajun food, but I'd have some weight issues if I lived down here. Too much rice, cornbread,
so good.
Gumbo, etouffee,
So good. Yeah.
catfish, spicy food. Yeah, it would be rough on me to live down here, but it's nice to visit every so often. We got fantastic weather. Usually you're melting in, sauna-like humidity, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks to Outsolve for that. I heard they actually ordered low humidity. That's awesome. We're going to find ourselves at the World War II Museum tonight, which I'm really excited about because you haven't been there yet, and you're a history buff. You're going to have to bring another pair of underwear with you. That's all I gotta say.
The outside is enough to get excited. The statues, Roosevelt, I'm pretty pumped. They say the 3 hours that we're there will not be enough time to soak it all in.
It'll be a tease
for it. If I had to pick one theater, which should I pick? Europe or the Pacific?
I lean toward Europe first.
Yeah. Okay.
And then kind of give that tease for coming back for the Pacific. So kind of like Band of Brothers and then the Pacific later.
Fair enough. I'm going to focus on Europe tonight. And let's focus on some shout-outs, shall we? Shout-outs, as you know, are sponsored by our friends up north, Kiora. That's text recruiting made simple. Chad, who you got on shout-outs this week?
My shout-out is to Jeff Taylor. Yes, the original founder of the Monster Board and CEO of what was later created, and y'all know it, as Monster.com. Jeff wrote an announcement on Facebook, and here it is. Quote, "Hello to all. I'm amazed at how little has changed in quote unquote our space. Do you agree? Somehow the process program we've pioneered 30 years ago is still the way it was. Pay to post and resumes behind a paywall with keyword sort to identify greatness. That's funny. It was the way but no longer works well enough, especially with the large language model overlays. It's been, insert your adjective here, shitty is my adjective, to watch Monster navigate the changing landscape. The recent move to merge the two once titans of our industry makes sense on one hand, but on the other hand, two lukewarm glasses of water combined can't logically make a hot glass of water, even if you rename it tea. Man, Jeff, you got to work on these. Should have thrown this into Chat GPT. So he's decided, I'm just going to cut to the chase here, kids. He's decided to start a new company, and I'm going to say that there's only 6 people in this company thus far, which is going to be called Boom Band. And so I don't know if you remember or not, but
you dumbass.
Boom Band and Boom 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 from Eons. You remember that? Boom Boom Boom. He's bringing it back. So shout out to Jeff Taylor and Boom Band. Good luck, buddy. There are so many startups in this space. Good luck. We'll see what you got. Maybe you'll come on to Firing Squad.
So in that long-winded description, I still don't know what the hell it is.
Oh, it doesn't say anything about what it is.
It doesn't say anything.
He says large language models and that kind of stuff, but there's no indication of what it is. And I looked for Boom Band, and it's literally like a waterproof watch. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, well. So Monster, there were a bunch of different monsters. There was Monster Cable, Monster Drink. So I guess he doesn't care about the actual name itself. He'll just make it the way he makes it. Good for you, Jeff.
Yeah,
Good for you, Jeff.
Yeah, and we'll get into patents and trademarks later.
Chad, we've been told that we have a face for podcasting.
Yeah, speak for yourself, man. One thing that I do know, and I just got this from the analytics department over at YouTube and Sergey, our video guy, 80% of the people who actually watch our videos are loyal watchers. They're back, right? They don't hit the subscribe button. So, hey kids, hit the subscribe button. Tell them why, Joel.
Let's be honest. They're not. There's some degenerates listening to the show on a regular basis. But yes, I think if you're not tuned in to us on YouTube, you're missing some exclusives that you can't get on the show. You're getting outfits that I don't normally wear on the show, or does Chad. Euro Chad, you can't really appreciate Euro Chad unless you see Chad. The voice doesn't really come out. You get to see me in glamorous locations. Like right now, I'm in Canada visiting the in-laws. If you couldn't tell, I'm in a Canadian state of mind. So you're missing out on a lot if you're not watching us on YouTube and just listening to us on your favorite podcast platform of choice.
So my shout out, although it may sound like a big downer, goes to posters.
Oh, yeah.
Chad, I've been in this business for 25 plus years, and I'm still amazed at how surprised I am at the businesses that money can be made in such bizarre places.
Big money.
We're here at the Outsolve conference. They just made an acquisition of a company called LaborLawCenter, which sounds like a lot of important nothing, but they make posters.
Yes, they do.
The posters that are in break rooms with the legal S, the different laws, all the things that the government says you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
And this company is incredibly profitable and successful. Like you don't appreciate when California changes their minimum wage laws. Well, shit, every company of any significant size in California has to get a new poster. And who do they call? Not Ghostbusters. They call the LaborLawCenter, and they get a new poster. These guys are shipping out posters in a warehouse. It's just amazing how much money and businesses and compliance companies that make tons of money on making sure the companies stay out of court and stay out of the
hot water.
The long arm of the law doesn't touch these companies. But hey, shout out to posters and LaborLawCenter, who's making bank on making some fucking posters. Good for them.
One thing we haven't done, we might want to do a Chad and Cheese movie poster once a year. Who knows? But where would you fall for the banana and the where would you get that? You would get it at chazcheese.com/free, where you can register to win t-shirts, the sexy t-shirts provided by Aaron App. Bourbon barrel aged syrup. Yes, by our friends at Kiora. Beer from our friends at Aspen Tech Labs. That is a bunch of craft beer delivered to your front door. Whiskey from Tex Kernel and Bullhorn. Bullhorn. We'll hear about them later. 2 bottles of whiskey. And if it's your birthday, you could win rum from our friends over at Plum.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
Oh, you know I can.
I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Well, Chad, we went over all the birthdays from last week through the end of the month. So,
it was a long list, yeah.
Yes, so the rum still needs to go out. It's going to be a little Halloween treat for someone out there who's celebrating a birthday in October. But
yes.
Yeah, we've done the birthdays for the month. Mm-hmm. And what else is done? Travel for the year. Unbelievable.
Well, yeah. I mean, not travel, but events. You're going to travel to your backyard and watch your new pool get winterized, from what I understand. What else you got going on since you won't be on the road again with Chad and Cheese?
So this was a crazy travel year for us, event year for us. And with the magic of technology, with my watch and tracking my sleep, like, it's incredible how bad travel is for your body. Sleeping, everything is awful. So I'm going to take time to recoup, get back to some normalcy, spend time with family, enjoy the holidays. I'm gonna do a lot of nothing for the most part.
So we're on the other side of the coin on this one. So Julie and I voted on Monday. So we're headed back to our place in Europe. Although we have renters there until November 15th. So we're going to be hopping around Portugal and Spain for 2 weeks, going to Sintra, which is a beautiful place just right outside of Lisbon. Then headed to Nazaré, which is, you've probably seen the Netflix series. Those are the biggest waves in the world, over 100 feet waves. We're going to go check those out. Then we're going to go to Cadiz in Spain, and then visit some friends in Gibraltar, and then go back to Cabanas when we're going to get into Joel Cheeseman mode and do a good amount of nutting.
There you go. Now, the election, you'll be in Europe when that goes down. Do you have a celebration, a watch party? You're just going to ignore it? What's your sort of U.S. election strategy?
We're going to be in Nazaré. So, and Kennedy's actually going to fly down from the UK. So she's going to come in. It'll be an all night thing. So it's not going to be, we're going to go to bed at 2:00 in the morning. It's going to be an all night kind of thing, at least for the girls, because they love it. This is Julie's Super Bowl. She loves some politics. Yeah.
Now, the next question, will you be watching it from a European news point of view, or will you be logging into CNN, MSNBC, or whatever U.S. news outlet of choice?
I think for our brain space, it'd probably be better if it's from Europe, because we don't get as much as the propaganda and bullshit that we see from the left and the right and all over the place. It's like more straight news. There's still obviously the propaganda.
BBC, a little bit of news. Well, while you're there, Chad, don't forget that there's football, and there's football, and there's fantasy football with the Chad and Cheese podcast. Week 7 is in the books. Thanks to our friends at Factory Fix for supporting our unhealthy addictions. Here's your leaderboard heading into week 8. Number 1, the Mad Aussie, Dean the Mac Daddy Mackerel, is in the number 1 spot. David Stiefel knocked him off the top spot. Your boy Joel right here, Cheese is in the number 3 spot.
Bronze.
I'm hanging tough like New Kids on the Block. Number 4, we got Jennifer Terry Tharp. You are moving up to the 5th spot, which was a nice week for you. And the commish, Keith Sonderling, is right on your tail. Action Jackson Dahlquist is number 7, followed by Laura Martinelli. Dina Pero for Pyros, last year's winner, is number 9. Like a Led Zeppelin, Adam Gordon. That's right. Some things from Scotland are crap, apparently. That is Adam's fantasy football strategy. He is at number 10, like a brick in the ocean. Number 11, Christy Lisbon. And Sean Horton just loves the basement. He just loves the cellar. He loves the caboose.
Is he only playing his buy players at this point?
I don't know. He allegedly, he told me he's getting help from his neighbor I'm thinking his neighbor's not doing him any favors. He might need to go to another source. Maybe
go to Adam Gordon. Adam Gordon can help.
Yeah. Adam's got some trade bait he'd like to float by you. And by the way, Adam probably knows none of his players, so he'll trade anybody at this point. Just do that. But that is our Week 7 Fantasy Football Roundup, sponsored by our friends at Factory Fix. And let's waste no time. Right.
Topics.
Right into the news. And what better company to talk about than Indeed, our faves, FlexiWorld Technologies. That's right. Say it with me. FlexiWorld Technologies is suing Indeed for patent infringement related to data mining technologies used in Indeed's products like Indeed Ads and Resume Project. The lawsuit claims direct and indirect infringement by Indeed and its customers, with Indeed being served on October 21st of this year. Chad, your take on all this legal S at Indeed.
Yeah, so apparently, they say this is willful infringement because our friends over at FlexiWorld, and we don't know who FlexiWorld is. I mean, this is the first time I think we've ever heard of them. But anyway, our friends over at FlexiWorld, they let Indeed know December 29th, 2021, through a notice letter that, hey, stop this patent infringement. And again, you said Indeed Ads, Indeed Resume Project, Indeed Instant Match. And these features are allegedly accessible through both web-based platforms and mobile applications. These are all important things for Flexi. It's incredible because they're also citing that the clients are infringing on the patents, right? And there's indirect infringement. What's the indirect infringement? Well, FlexiWork claims Indeed induced infringement, induced as in pulled people in to infringe their customers on how to use Indeed's products that were already infringing. Right. So it's like there's this bigger conspiracy that first and foremost, Indeed knew what they were doing. Second, they were pulling accomplices in to do what they were already doing. Number 3, this is going to go badly. I don't know. I'm not sure. We've seen
it works.
We've seen these patents over the years. We've talked about grass is greener, having the scraping technology patent, those types of things. Nobody's ever enforced them before. So this, to me, is going to be an interesting precedent. So FlexiWorld, let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'm going to get out my crystal ball and see what the judge's final say is on this case.
Nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
If you go to FlexiWorld, man, all they have on their site is patents. The button up top, you go to ours and it says watch the AI sessions or something like that. Theirs is check out our patents.
Yes. This from what I can tell is a one-man show. This is not a company. There's no profile page on LinkedIn. It's, from what I can tell, one dude in Asia, which seems to be Taiwan/China. His name's William Chang. He creates patents and then hopes to, literally, he has country by country patents that he has. Now, he has
mostly in the U.S.
He has an illustrious work career. He's worked at Sharp and some other companies, but this seems to be like a just patent troll looking to get paid by a lot of companies. I mean, recruit there in Japan. It's right in his backyard. That seems pretty juicy, probably. The news section on this site hasn't been updated since 2019, and it jumps from a 2019 news release to 2002. So there's a 17-year gap between when these guys thought it was important to.
He was building stuff so that he could patent it.
Look, he better have some deep pockets on this to fight Indeed and try to get some money from this and their clients. I don't know. Maybe they'll pay him off. Maybe this is how this guy does business. Look, historically, we have an interesting space Grass is Greener from the 90s created a technology that would do vertical search. It would scrape jobs. A guy named Chris Amato, which became OptiJob and Get the Job. There's a blast from the past.
Yep.
Bought this in part to enforce this patent on
And he didn't.
Simply Hired, Indeed, et cetera. I remember talking to Paul Forster about this when I was writing Cheesehead. He was commenting about prior art, whatever the hell that means. In other words, it's been done before. There's some evidence that they got this patent and it's already been done. So I don't have a lot of hope in this. The Monster cable you mentioned, which is another blast from the past. Like forever, Monster.com had this little thing at the footer that said not associated with Monster Cable, which had a link back to Monster Cable, which was probably great for their SEO. But they had a lot of other links around. I think they were getting paid by Monster to use the Monster trademark. So I don't know. This dude better have some money. He better be in it for the long haul. Indeed, maybe they'll just write a check. But this just seems like a stereotypical patent troll case that we'll probably never hear anything from again. They'll pay him. They'll write a check, get some coins from the cash cushion, and Mr. William Chang will be gone and on to his next patent case.
And a little bit richer.
A little bit richer. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Predictions, kids.
And speaking of a little bit richer, let's take a quick break and we'll get to Upwork.
Are you looking to boost your job ads performance? And are you looking to empower your recruiters to connect with your candidates at a much deeper level? Well, video is the best way. Collecting authentic video content from your employees, talking about why they love working for your company and why they've been there for X amount of years, absolutely skyrocket your metrics, such as your application rates, improving your SEO, driving more traffic to your career site, and even attracting better candidates that are sick and tired of the good old job ad jargon that they see out there in the world. JobPixel is trusted by some of the top companies in the world, such as Cognizant, US Cellular, Boston Medical Center, Arkansas Children's Hospital, and many more. Reach out to our team today to get a custom business case showing you how to improve your metrics at a level you've never seen before. We can't wait to show you what video can do. Thanks.
All right, Chad. Upwork is back in the news. They've launched Uma. No word if it's named after Uma Thurman, one of Gen X's favorite,
Kill Bill, baby. Kill Bill.
Daughters, sisters. Upwork has launched Uma, its first mindful artificial intelligence, that's in quotes, designed to enhance the work experience on its platform for both freelancers and businesses. Uma assists in creating job posts, matching freelancers with jobs through best match insights, and aims to reduce the time and effort required for job postings. Chad, your thoughts on Uma, not Thurman?
Yeah.
Or give us your thoughts on Uma Thurman. Who cares? It's our show.
Yeah. Well, Kill Bill, not Kill Bill 2. That's my thoughts. For freelancers, I mean, it's AI tailored proposals. I mean, they're literally just infusing Chat GPT with frameworks and templates, which is smart. But I mean, this is something that we're going to see from every organization, and they're going to be able to pump features out like every other day for things like this, right? And then on the business side, it's just better matching for giggers. So they're going to start using their large language models much smarter, where they're kicking out better content for the freelancers so that they can actually use and engage the businesses in a more business-like way, looking more professional. And the businesses will be able to target the types of individuals that they want. And I mean, everybody is probably saying, well, I mean, this isn't really big. It's not. But the thing is, what's going to happen is it's going to snowball. And it's going to be feature after feature after feature after feature. And it's going to be laid into these platforms. And it's not going to be the old feature-ridden platforms that we were used to, where you had to go and click and go down and go over and so on. It's all going to be a part of the process methodology. So if I'm actually going to try to pitch a business for a project, it's going to be a flow. It's going to be a total workflow that is it's going to be very easy compared to what it was before. So these features are going to start rolling like a snowball, and it's going to make the experience much better for everybody. Yes, this seems like nothing, but again, get ready. It's going to continue.
Ma, the meatloaf! Fuck!
By the way, Uma Thurman, Dangerous Liaisons is topless in that one. So just if my memory serves,
I don't remember seeing much of that though, because
if my 19-year-old memory serves correctly, Uma does make a topless appearance in that movie. So Upwork, and I've been using Upwork for a long time. I was using it with Elance to find people, and it's generally a really good source of contract workers. I mean, most recently, when we were at HR Tech, we had an Upwork contractor come in and shoot our videos from HR Tech. So traditionally great service. Now, what has been an issue for a long time is on the freelancer side, you put a job out there, and then you get like what are horrible responses, horrible cover letters, like just bad. And you try to weed through it and make sense of it. What this will do is help freelancers, particularly in countries that aren't maybe English first speakers, create cover letters that are much more readable, much friendlier to the company. So this will take a lot of the grunt work out of their life. And quite frankly, most of them feel like copy and paste. It's the same cover letter for every single job that goes out there. Hopefully they'll be able to customize a little bit. It'll be more personable. From the business side, posting a job used to be pretty painful. It was took a while. What they have now is kick ass. It's like, what do you need? Some basic, like, choose categories, and then it will write the job for you. You can then, customize it from there. So from an employer looking for contractor perspective, much easier. This is a really clean, easy way to post jobs. And from a freelancer side, I think it's going to be much easier to interact and engage with employers, which will make it a friendlier environment for everybody. And I think make it much more fun to use. To your point, tip of the iceberg. Yes. They partnered with OpenAI about a year ago. And I think you're going to start seeing more of these things roll out, better matching. I do notice that I'm starting to see emails around, hey, here's some other matches that just came online, which weren't there when I first posted the job. So there are going to be things that they roll out that are much better to help match companies and employers. So I applaud this. And I also think that if you're in this space and you're not providing these kinds of really cool, easy to use tools, you're going to suffer. So this is I don't want to say commodity, but this is going to be something that we just expect when we use these services. So, applause for Upwork for being, one of the early companies to integrate some of these OpenAI tools.
Get the boo ready. So I literally just got a text that Upwork they are having a cross the organization cut of 20%. Yeah. So 800 employees, which means 160 cut. Again, this is a rumor, just came over my text. Very, very solid person who sent it. So I would say this is probably true, but again, just rumor. We've got to go ahead and check some other sources on this. So, yes.
Well, look, we know that as companies build this stuff in, they don't need as many developers as they used to. I don't know who's getting laid off at Upwork.
Set across the board.
So the company's been stressed, as we know, in terms of earnings. So it doesn't surprise me. And a little bit of good news, a little sugar to make the medicine go down a little better, I guess, is maybe part of the strategy there on that one.
And that being said, I've got to give a shout out to my wife, Julie, who scooped us, or that's what she wants to do. She scooped us on the Indeed stuff. So she actually found the court case, which nobody else had been talking about. It was on Bloomberg Law or something like that. Out of nowhere, she found this thing. So big shout out to the JobBoard doctor. If you want to see the entire case, it's out there on JobBoardDoctor.com. Go take a look at it. I hate the legalese stuff. I put that bad boy into ChatGPT. Got a good summary out of it. check the summary just to make sure. But yeah, shout out to Julie. Shout out to our sources. Thank you so much. We would not have this great news if it weren't for all of you wonderful people.
I was going to say your marriage has achieved a different level of freakiness. If you guys are sitting around reading Bloomberg law as part of your
you don't know what gets her hot. That's all I got to say.
Heavy over Bloomberg legal documents. Jeez, good for you. Good for you. Can I interest you in some? Who'd you rather?
Oh, yes.
Who'd you rather, Chad?
Love me some Who'd you rather.
One of my favorite games. All right, here's how this traditionally works. We read two companies. Generally, they get money, make an acquisition, and then Chad and I will decide who we'd rather of the two companies. Now, this time we're going to read some established companies, some news, and then we're going to pick whose future would you rather buy in this case. So let's start with Randstad. Now, we all know Randstad is headquartered in the Netherlands. Just wanted to point that out to everybody in case they forgot.
Not Germany?
So not Germany, not Deutschland, although I have heard that Holland is Germany's Canada. Or whatever that's
good call.
So Randstad reported better than expected quarterly profits, boosting its shares by over 4%, despite some economic challenges. The company also acquired Zorgwerk. I'm probably not saying that correct. It's probably Zorgwerk for healthcare expansion and anticipates.
Why did you say it in a German?
Zorgwerk. We will ask the questions. Their healthcare, to expand their healthcare, they anticipate clear business conditions post the U.S. elections, which is kind of becoming a trend. A lot of companies are saying, well, until the election is figured out, things are going to be a little bit rocky. Now, from Randstad to Bullhorn, another established company, Bullhorn Ventures has invested in Staffing Referrals, an automated referral management platform aiming to enhance staffing firms' ability to source higher quality talent through digitized referral programs. As you will know, Chad, Bullhorn just acquired our friends at TextKernel, who's also a sponsor of the show. So, Chad, Bullhorn or Randstad, whose future would you rather?
Well, Randstad has the upper hand with the money. Bullhorn has the upper hand with the tech. The future's technology. Randstad has already demonstrated to me, after the acquisition and failed management of Monster.com, that they don't have a high enough priority on owning and building their own tech, which means they're going to have to continue to partner, which means they're going to have to hope and pray that the best of the best are going to want to continue to partner with them. Bullhorn's acquisition, as you just said, of TextKernel is doubling down on better technology, opening up total addressable markets, which is exactly what we want to see. This is outside the staffing market, right? And making smart business / technical moves. So Randstad isn't going anywhere. Don't get me wrong, right? They are big. They're a Goliath. They're pretty safe as a business. But as a growing business, a technology business in the age of GPUs, AI, who knows what's next, I'd rather Bullhorn.
All right.
So I struggled with this one at first because it's a little bit like saying, would you rather buy the Indiana Pacers or the Indiana Fever? One is way more profitable, been around a lot longer, has a reliable fan base. But the other one has Caitlin Clark and a lot of tailwinds,
momentum
and tailwinds. So although on the surface it seems like a really silly comparison, and you've worked at Randstad, so for you not to choose them, having been on the inside a little bit, is interesting. So the news was good. Stock was up 4%.
Down year over year, but
yeah. I mean, and Bullhorn's not a public company, so we don't know exactly what's going on there. But what really Randstad buying Monster was really stupid. The judgment there isn't great, and of course they were able to back out of that. Bullhorn has had a really interesting acquisition strategy, particularly here as of late, and they seem to really have a vision and what pieces are going to fit that vision. Sort of like when we talk about deal making acquisitions that really make sense to what the business is.
Yes.
And I thought about like, okay, brand is important. I'm a brand guy. I like brand, but we look at our own industry. Career Builder and Monster are not what they used to be. And even in the S&P. So in the year 2000, the top 10 companies by market cap were names like General Electric, Exxon, Nokia, and Cisco. The only company that's still in the top 10 from 2000 is Microsoft.
Wow.
So even though you're a big brand, you have a lot of history and money, there is reason to believe that history does not smile on you just because of those reasons. So I as well, Chad, would rather Bullhorn than Randstad. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a beautiful quote that I literally just heard from a legend, General Honore. We've been in a landscape where it is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? That's the 1930s. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? The new way of thinking, if it ain't broke, break it. We are moving too fast. You can't stay still. You have to. If it ain't broke, break it.
Break shit and move fast. Oh, wait, that didn't work out real great for Facebook.
No, that's still working.
But that is Who'd You Rather, everybody. And we're going to take a quick break and talk about Snoop Dogg.
Hospitality is the heart of our society. It brings people together to share great food, drinks, and experiences. But successfully managing a restaurant or hotel is no easy feat. That's where Harri comes in. Harri is the frontline employee experience platform that helps you build, manage, and engage great teams. With Harri, managers can easily find and hire top talent, manage timekeeping, and communicate with employees at any time from any place. Candidates and team members can quickly and efficiently apply for jobs, swap shifts, and access important information entirely from their mobile devices. And Harri's robust employee engagement tools make team members feel more connected than ever. With Harri, as an owner or operator, you get a bird's eye view of your business, from turnover cost, labor cost, employee sentiment, compliance risk, and team performance. Run your business better by understanding the power of your people. Because when your team is the heart of your business, Harri is the heartbeat. See how it transforms your business.
Love me some Snoop, man.
Snoop Dogg. Whoever would have thought in 1993 that Snoop would be a national treasure and quite a tastemaker and such a friend to the establishment.
Bolstered the Olympics. I mean, him and Martha. Who would have saw that shit coming together? I mean, just brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating that Snoop has become what he has become. So anyway, Snoop Dogg confirmed on Watch What Happens Live. I've never seen that. I don't know if you have. That he turned down $100 million. That's right, Chad. $100 million from OnlyFans, one of our favorites, humorously noting his regret came from a personal place, saying, quote, "The only part that regrets it is my friend down there." I'll let you figure out who his friend down there is.
His penis.
Yeah, he declined the offer to respect his wife's feelings, despite the lucrative proposal to share adult content. Chad, your thoughts on Snoop's decision, and could you turn down $100 million to be on OnlyFans?
Well, first off, I love Snoop to death. I mean, he understands he is a brand. He understands that $100 million could actually possibly hurt him $1 billion later, right? So this is an optics play, incredibly smart. The question that I would have for OnlyFans is, did he have to do adult content on there? Because he could literally just have live streams of him talking about how he came up with certain songs, his relationships with Dre and how they got started, all those things. I know there are movies out there, but having those almost like personal connections that people have on OnlyFans with the masses, I think would be just amazing. And doing being able to, again, spread your total addressable market to not just porn and sex, not saying, because there's more than that on TikTok, but being able to spread it out and say, look, we don't want you on here doing that. We want you talking about X, Y, and Z. We want to be something new. We want to be something different. So I think this is a huge loss for TikTok, and $100 million, I'd be $100 million, heir for like 5.2 seconds, because my wife would fucking kill me. So no, I would not take the money.
That escalated quickly.
And it's only 5.2 seconds because I can run faster than her, but she can throw a shoe, man. I'm telling you, it's deadly.
She can throw a shoe. Interesting. So this, to your point, this shows how rich Snoop is. And the Snoop of 1994 probably would not have said no to $100 million and doing this. So look, this is a family show, our podcast, and my kids might actually listen to this stuff one day. So I won't go into everything that I would do for $100 million, but let's just say it's a whole lot of stuff that I would do for $100 million. But for free, Chad,
yes,
I will give you a dad joke for this week.
When did this turn into a family show?
I got nothing. Okay, so I mentioned last week that I was going to spend some time with my dad, hoping that he might give me a dad joke. So he did. He's going to come through. Hopefully you like this one.
Okay.
How do astronomers organize a party? How do astronomers organize a party?
Hopefully it has nothing to do with Uranus.
They plan it. Get it? They plan it.
Good job, Dad.
Very good. All right.
Good job, Dad. Yeah, thanks. Whew.
Let's go get some Cajun food. Everybody, we out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho. Pepper jack. Swiss. So many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!